Hey everybody, welcome to the Calitraveler podcast show. I'm your host, Paul. Once again, welcome to the Calitraveler podcast show. I'm your host, Paul. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 12 of the Calitraveler podcast show. Wow, it's been a while since I've been behind the mic. Sometimes the life of a university student is hell, but it's all worth it after crossing the finish line and getting your degree. This semester so far has been good, but miss going to class on campus. Once more people are vaccinated, and the number of COVID cases decrease, the sooner that life can go back to normal, and we can go back to campus. This week's topic is about celebrating the 4th of July as an American expat in Thailand. First of all, I want to wish all my friends and family a happy and safe 4th of July. May your 4th of July be filled with amazing fireworks, delicious barbecue, and above all, enjoy the freedom we have as a nation. For those of you that are going to drink and want to keep your freedom, i.e. not going to jail, don't drink and drive. If you drink and drive, you're an asshole. If you insist that you've got to go home and you're hammered, please take Uber, Lyft, or any public transportation to ensure a safe journey home. If you happen to be going with friends or family, ensure that one person is the designated driver. For my listeners abroad, I'm sure you're asking, what is the 4th of July? The 4th of July is American Independence Day. From 1607, which was the establishment of Jamestown Colony in what is now Jamestown, Virginia, to 1776, what is now the east coast of the United States was once a colony of Great Britain. The colonists of British America were angry about being taxed heavily and having a lack of representation in British Parliament. On the 22nd of March, 1765, the British government passed the Stamp Act. The Stamp Act levied a direct tax on all materials printed for commercial and legal use in the colonies, from newspapers and pamphlets to playing cards and dice. What this meant was that if a colonist went to a market and wanted to buy a newspaper, they stamped it and you had to pay a tax for it. You see a kilo bag of sugar? There's a tax for that. The colonists had recently been hit with 3 major taxes. The Sugar Act in 1764 levied new duties on imports of textiles, wines, coffee, and sugar. Also passed in 1764 was the Currency Act, which caused a major decline in the value of paper money that was used by the colonists. And in 1765, the Quartering Act was implemented. This required colonists to provide food and lodging to British troops under certain circumstances. When these acts were passed, a familiar slogan that was chanted among disillusioned colonists was, "Taxation without representation." The first shots of the American Revolution began in 1775. On the 4th of July, 1776, the Declaration of Independence, which was written by Thomas Jefferson, who eventually would become the 3rd President of the United States, declared that the colonies were independent from British rule. The Declaration of Independence begins with, "We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator certain unalienable rights." And through the Declaration of Independence, the colonialists said that they were no longer British subjects and that they would no longer abide by the British Crown. From 1775 to 1781, the American Revolution was fought. And in 1781, the American Revolution ended with the surrender of British General George Cornwallis. Every year in the United States, we have big celebrations on the 4th of July. Growing up in the U.S. and being able to celebrate 4th of July, it's one of my favorite holidays. So much fun. Weather permitting, I will go to the beach. Meet up with friends. Go have some lunch somewhere. And in the evening time, I'd come home and I'd man the grill. Make the most amazing burgers and hot dogs and steak. Yes, you can't have 4th of July without steak. And at nighttime, typically, we'll watch the fireworks. Now, being from the San Francisco Bay Area, you can find fireworks everywhere. They have fireworks displays in San Francisco, they have them in Oakland, and they have them in San Jose. During the 4th of July, I typically would go to San Francisco Bay and watch the fireworks from Fisherman's Wharf, weather permitting. Like I previously said, it gets foggy during this time of the year, so it can be kind of difficult to watch fireworks from there. As an American expat in Thailand, you're wondering, how do I celebrate the 4th of July? I do it very simple. I pretty much do everything I did back home. But right now, in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, I've got to play it safe. Last year, I didn't go home due to the pandemic. And what did I end up doing? I ended up grabbing Burger King for lunch because I was feeling homesick and I was feeling a little too lazy to cook. However, this year, I'm planning to bring out the electric grill that I have at my home and grill some hot dogs and some steak. Unfortunately, there's no fireworks here in Thailand. So what I do to watch the fireworks is typically I will watch local Fox affiliate in San Francisco, KTVU Channel 2. They usually have the newscast of the fireworks display at San Francisco, and normally I will watch those fireworks. Again, weather permitting, because it gets foggy this time of the year. My fellow American expats, I just want to wish you a happy and safe 4th of July. May you have fun, and please don't forget to maintain social distancing. God bless America. Podcast can be heard weekly on my YouTube channel, so subscribe to Calitraveler 93, as well as liking my Facebook page, Calitraveler 93, and the podcast will be available on Spotify and other platforms.